Today, we're going to share some stories about that awful moment when a place you think is safe just isn't.
Right, a familiar place, a workplace, or even your own home. Places where the illusion of safety gets completely shattered.
Exactly. We have 3 true accounts we're going to walk you through. They're profoundly disturbing stories of intrusion and violence.
And we're just going to lay out the facts as they were reported by the victims. There's no need to editorialize. The events themselves are chilling enough.
Let's start with the first one. It really shows how a simple routine can make you vulnerable. It's about a group of friends, teenagers, like 12 or 13 years old.
Yeah, the narrator, Jacob, Josh, and Mikey. And they had this weekend ritual. They'd go to this cheap local bowling alley around 8 p.m. It was their spot.
Their spot. But there was this other regular there, an older man they nicknamed Creeper Bob.
And what's so unsettling about Bob from the very beginning is his own ritual. It wasn't really about bowling.
No, not at all. The narrator describes how he would walk the entire length of the alley, passing every single lane, just watching people bowl.
A methodical survey.
Right. And then he'd go back to his lane on the adult side and bowl alone. They just wrote him off as, a weird old guy.
But that kind of calculated observation, that's classic pre-attack behavior. He's getting familiar, learning patterns, but without making contact. Until one night.
At one night, he just appears in the lane right next to them, starts a game, and then starts making these annoying comments about their form.
He's injecting himself into their space.
And then it gets so much worse. He confesses something. He tells them he watches them play every single weekend from across the alley.
Wow.
And that tonight was the night he decided it was time to introduce himself.
I mean, that's the moment it shifts. He's not just a weirdo anymore. He's a confirmed stalker.
And then came the physical contact. The narrator is up to bowl, and Bob walks onto their lane.
A huge boundary violation right there.
He grabs the narrator's wrist to, position them for a better form. Unsolicited, no permission. It was terrifying.
Okay, so that's the turning point.
They got out immediately, left their game, went to a pizza place to try and shake it off. But as the narrator and Josh are walking home, they hear a car start up.
Oh, no.
An old SUV, like a Ford Explorer. It does this clumsy 3-point turn and just starts slowly following them.
And it's
Bob. He rolls down the window, offers them a ride, says it isn't safe for kids to be walking so late.
The irony is just sickening.
They refuse, start jogging away. And Bob doesn't just drive off. He pulls over to the side of the road, parks, and just sits there, watching them run home.
He wants them to know. He's sending a message. I see you. I know where you're going.
So the narrator gets home. He's alone. Dad's asleep. Mom and his sister are out. The house key is hidden in a shed out back.
A common setup.
He goes to the shed, gets the key, and as he's coming out, he hears something, a noise. But, you dismiss it.
You always do. It's just the wind or an animal.
Exactly. So he goes to the back door, unlocks it, pulls it open, and someone rushes him from behind.
Oh, God.
They shove him inside, hand over his mouth, an arm wrapped around his neck. He's in a chokehold.
Can't see who it is.
Can't see a thing. It's just this immediate, overwhelming attack. He starts scratching, clawing at the hand on his mouth.
Pure survival instinct.
Manages to get just enough room to scream one word.
And that's what does it.
That's what does it. The attacker realizes someone else is in the house. He lets go and just sprints out the door.
So they filed a police report.
They did. But here's this really disturbing detail. The police go to the bowling alley for the surveillance tapes.
Right.
The bowling alley refused to release them.
What? Why? Why would they do that? That suggests they're hiding something or protecting someone.
We don't know, but it means there was never that visual confirmation that the man who followed them was Bob.
But the narrator knows.
Yeah. As he says, he can't be 100% certain, but the methodical stalking, the chase, leading right to his back door, the probability is just terrifying.
So that's a threat that follows you home from a public space. Our next account it's about a threat that was already waiting, hidden inside the building itself.
Right. This is story 2, and it's about a different kind of danger, the terror of what's hidden. It's about a group of teenagers who like to explore places they shouldn't.
The narrator, Chip, Jason, Rowan, and Anish. And one of them, Rowan, had just gotten a job as an attendant at a bowling alley.
And Anish, who the narrator calls the master persuader, convinces Rowan to use his new key to let them all in after hours, like 3 a.m.
So they're in there messing around, sliding on the oily lanes. Jason's the sober driver. Everyone else has been drinking. They end up in the employee-only storage area.
And they're being loud, careless, and suddenly they hear it, a deafening bump from right below their feet.
And Rowan, the employee, is totally shocked. He had no idea there was a basement.
Which is strange, right? An employee not knowing about a whole level of the building, it suggests it was meant to be hidden.
Completely. So Jason, the sober one, starts looking. And under a dirty rug in the corner, he finds a metal hatch.
Chip immediately wants to leave. He senses something is wrong.
The smart one.
But the others, their curiosity gets the better of them. Jason goes down the ladder first, then the narrator, Anish, and Rowan. Chip stays up top.
And what's down there?
It's just dust and cardboard boxes stacked to the ceiling. It looks like it hasn't been touched in decades. They navigate through this maze of boxes and find another door in the far corner.
Okay, a room within a room.
As Jason reaches for the handle, they hear it again. The exact same loud bump, but this time from the other side of that door.
So someone is in there with them.
Someone or something. Jason very carefully cracks the door open, and inside, there's a person sitting on the floor, legs crossed, facing away from them.
Just sitting in the dark.
For a full minute, there's just silence. And then the figure, it violently bangs its head against the wall. That was the bump they heard. They realize they've stumbled on someone confined or just deeply, deeply disturbed. They try to back away, tiptoe out.
But someone always makes a noise.
It's Rowan. He trips and yells out.
And that's the trigger.
The person screams back this animalistic sound and jumps on Rowan's back, clawing at him.
A total explosion of violence.
Anish and Jason scramble up the ladder, and it's Chip, the one who stayed behind, who saves them. He grabs a metal pipe and just throws it down the hatch.
Hits the attacker. They hear a demonic scream. It gave them just enough time to pull Rowan up and slam the hatch shut.
Did Rowan see who it was?
Just for a split second. He described him as a dirty old homeless-looking guy with a bird's nest of hair. He quit the next day.
You can't blame him. But the question that remains, what was going on? A hidden, locked basement with a person inside? It feels like the management knew. It feels like they were hiding something truly awful right there under the floorboards of a public place. So for our last story, we leave the bowling alley, but we follow this theme of intrusion right into the one place you're supposed to be safest.
The home.
This involves the narrator and his girlfriend, Rebecca. They actually had a bad night out bowling. Her ex showed up, so they went home early to play Wii bowling and have some wine.
Trying to salvage the night.
Yeah. And during a quiet moment when the music stops, they hear it. A heavy object being dropped on the floor from upstairs.
The classic sound.
The narrator goes up, checks everywhere, closets, under the beds, finds nothing. He just assumes it's the house settling.
Right, the rational explanation.
But the real terror starts later, when they go up to bed. Rebecca's asleep, but the narrator is still awake. And he hears the exact same sound, a clear, heavy thud.
Only this time.
This time, he's upstairs, and the sound came from above them, from the attic.
That is a chilling realization. The sound wasn't the house settling. It was someone.
He slips out of bed and listens from the hallway right under the attic door. The thud is gone. Now it's a slight, rhythmic creaking every 5 seconds or so. The sound of a weight shifting.
Oh, that's worse. That's so much worse.
He thinks maybe it's a big raccoon or something. He grabs a broom for protection and quietly pulls down the attic ladder.
Going up there alone is incredibly brave or incredibly foolish.
He climbs up, just using his phone as a flashlight. And he sees the source of the creaking. It's an old wooden rocking chair they stored up there. And there's a man sitting in it, rocking back and forth in the dark. His first reaction is just shock. He yells, "Who are you?" And the man, he stops rocking. He turns his head, and he lets out this animalistic gargling, growling sound and starts to stand up.
Time to go.
He flees, scrambles down the ladder, and slams the attic door shut. Rebecca is calling the cops, and his job is now to hold the door closed from below.
While the man is trying to get out.
He can hear him kicking at the door, and then this deranged laughter, and he starts speaking in a foreign language. It sounded like Russian.
Just imagine that. The physical strain of holding that door, knowing what's on the other side, just a few feet away.
When the police finally arrive and get the man, the couple watches him being led out in handcuffs.
What did he look like?
The narrator describes his stare as unforgettable, full of hatred and craziness and confusion, and he had this bizarre contortion of his lips, just utterly unhinged.
Random intrusion.
Completely.
Yeah.
Police figure he squeezed through an open window in the backyard. They never found out what happened to him, but the experience it scarred them permanently.
So when you take these three stories together, the stalker at the bowling alley, the violent secret in the basement, and the stranger in the attic,
Yeah.
it just forces you to confront how fragile our sense of safety really is. Whether the threat is a familiar face, a hidden secret, or a total stranger, our ordinary spaces can become vulnerable.
They really can. These accounts are a terrifying reminder that the line between a normal day and absolute horror is much, much thinner than any of us want to believe.
Thank you for joining us for this unsettling collection of stories.
If you want more true, terrifying stories like these, please remember to hit like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Horror Docs.